El Departamento de Psicología del Recinto Universitario de Mayagüez recibió la visita de un grupo de estudiantes del curso de Psicología Comunitaria de la Universidad del Norte de Arizona.
To both learn about the psychology program here, but also to have an exchange between the students in your program and the students in our program.
How has been the visit so far?
It's been fantastic. So we feel very welcomed. It's been incredible to come and see the different programs that are offered here. Already, our students have learned about the similarities and differences between what we offer at our university and what is available here.
What's the agenda of the visit?
For today, so we have some conversation with students, the visit here, to go to a class, it's a social psychology class. So really to have an exchange of ideas, to understand research and common interests.
These are undergraduate students?
Yes, so most are seniors and there's one junior. This is their last semester before they graduate.
Además de compartir con estudiantes de recinto del curso de Psicología Social, los jóvenes visitaron comunidades, el proyecto Siempre Vivas y Casa Pueblo en Adjuntas.
We came out here to visit Puerto Rico para mirar, the community issues and everything, because we are taking community psychology, and through there we learn about grassroots, how the communities come together, work together to try to fix certain issues that are upon the community. So here we have been experiencing so many nonprofit organizations, and we've learned how they work so hard together, and they come as a whole, basically as a family, from this neighborhood, from that neighborhood, come together and they work on issues, whether it's poverty, whether it's, there's garbage coming into their community, and it's causing health issues, whether it's violence. So many different things that we have been learning. And we came here to the university to kind of we're going to go to one of the courses and we're going to learn about the lecture, learn a little bit more about the graduate program. So we're out here experiencing, and basically we're excited to learn more about how your guys' psychology program, it might be a little bit different than how we run our psychology program out over there in Yuma, Arizona.
How has been your experience?
To echo that, also we have learned a lot of the social problems with Puerto Rico, especially the hurricane, Hurricane Maria in 2017. Also the earthquakes that you've been experiencing and how that has affected the schools and how schools have shut down and the universities have shut down and stuff like that. And we saw that in the communities that we went to, they were hosting and having school for their children out on the garages and then the streets. And also we went to a camp Tabanuco, and we saw how you can live sustainably, and working on the land and learning about the food and what goes into how
the process of how they come to get their crops and everything, because right there they go to their backyard and everything. They don't have to rely on items coming in, because we've learned also it's very hard for you guys to receive stuff over here. So you guys have to kind of work on your own to produce your own crops and everything and get it out from your backyard. And basically right there, that's what we learned about.
We didn't know that everything was exported in. I had no idea that you guys didn't have the luxuries of being able to have everything comes from abroad. And also we learned about the domestic violence and the violences, and we went to a community group that they actually work, and they are the reinforcement instead of the police. In Louisa, instead of the police, they are the reinforcement, and they are friends with the community member, not friends, but they work with their community members, so it's easier for them to be able to diffuse violence and de-escalate situations. And I thought that was very powerful, because there's a huge violence with the police and stuff like that, and if more communities are able to have de-escalating situations, there'll be less death. We'll be able to survive as people in our communities.
I remember yesterday how I mentioned, it's so sad to listen to your guys' story and learn about Puerto Rico and all the issues that you guys gone through. And, basically, you guys are treated much differently, and it's so sad, you know, to hear that and to he listened to like the experiences of domestic violence and gender violence, and that's something I actually did a project about. I did Puerto Rico's gender violence, and I've learned so much how, you know, back in, I believe, I don't want to get the wrong year, but I'm pretty sure it was a couple years ago that I believe every week one woman was being murdered. And it was so sad to hear that, you know, and not much was being done, that you guys just had to come together as the community and go and protest, you know, to end that violence. And that's something very powerful that you guys as a whole community, Puerto Ricans and everybody in the different areas, you guys are so strong and powerful.
Los alumnos de la Universidad del Norte de Arizona también participaron en la Feria de Estudios Graduados de Recinto. Para Prensa RUM, en la Cámara Alexander Machado informó Mariam Ludin Rosa.